What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. It is Monday, December 16th. We got Monday Night Football to talk about today. Coming off a 2-4 Sunday. So, not that good. Down 2 units. Made it back before I went to bed, so don't cry for me. But if you follow those, my bad. Where I went wrong. I went wrong with the Browns. Browns let me down. In hindsight, putting your faith in Jameis Winston is always bad, but when it works out, it's great, So, I also bet against my team. The New Orleans Saints ended up covering after they put Spencer Rattler back in the second half. So, I was fading Jake Hayner, and that was the point. So, Saints covered against the Commanders 19-20. I had the over in the night game. I expected Geno to put up points against the Packers. Geno didn't do anything. They went to halftime at 17-3. So it got all the way to 23-3, I think, before they took him out and put Sam Howell in. But then I heard the alert that I got said that Geno Smith has been benched for Sam Howell, but then the alert I got after the game said that Geno Smith left the game in the third quarter with a knee injury. So, still not sure which one it was. Whatever the excuse is, Sam Howell came up and put up 10 more points. So, if it had been 14 points, we would have still hit. Steelers against the Eagles. I expected a better showing from the Steelers, but wasn't able to watch that game. Not sure how it broke down just yet. We hit Buffalo against the Lions. We had 2.5, and we hit Cincinnati minus the 5.5 against the Titans. So those were 2 wins. But on to today, we have 2 Monday Night Football games. We got the Falcons at the Raiders, and we have the Bears at the Vikings. So, real quick first, Falcons Raiders. That's the second game, 8:30. Aiden O'Connell might not play. Obviously, Gardner Minshew is already out, so that leaves us with Desmond Ridder. And if Desmond Ridder is playing, I'm going to watch the injury report, all that stuff. But if Desmond Ridder is playing, it's Falcons and the under for me. There's a small chance that Vegas can put up, 7 to 10 points, and the Falcons will put up 35 and the over hits, but I don't think that the Falcons will get to 35. So the Raiders have a bunch of holes in their defense with Desmond Ridder starting, with the Falcons coming off a bad loss. I think that this is a Falcons spot on the road against a bad team to bounce back. So short, sweet, if we got Ridder in, that's the side I'm going to be on. If it's Aiden O'Connell, I might rethink it. So just let you know how I'm thinking on that one. First game though is the Vikings against the Bears. Vikings are home favorites, 7 points. Totals 43.5. These teams just played in week 12. It was 3 games ago. Vikings won 30-27 in Chicago. So the way that game broke down is the Vikings. Chicago struck first into the first quarter. Vikings immediately scored in the beginning of the second quarter and went to halftime up. They went to halftime up 10-14. So basically they scored 10 more points in the third, and Chicago was chasing him through the whole fourth quarter and went to overtime, actually, and Minnesota won in overtime. So divisional rivals, this game could be close. Here's the problem. Chicago's 0-6 on the road. 0-6 on the road, and I'm not really sure how. We still had Eberflus in that last game, and I'm not really sure how this new coach is helping them. So even though that number seems inflated, they were in Chicago last time as 3-point underdogs, and it was a push. Now we're in Minnesota, and money's coming in. It seems like an extended number. It seems like a slightly inflated number, but I can still see it. But against a division rival, I want to be on Chicago. That's kind of the thing. If it's a full 7, I think Chicago should be the move. but it feels like that Cleveland, Kansas City scenario from yesterday, which is why I'm apprehensive about it. So, Minnesota, team total over. I don't think they'll have an issue really scoring and getting to their team total, which should be, it's actually 26.5. 26.5 for the Vikings, 17.5 for the Bears. So, I do think the Vikings can get to 28. But the way the line is, it makes it a tough game. Everything is pointing to the Vikings, but the divisional matchup is what makes everything a little scary. So, with this game, I think I'm going to put my faith in the Vikings and see if I can ride this 6.5. So, on Bovada, I have a 6.5. On Hard Rock, there's a 6.5. If you can get a 6.5, that's what I would suggest. But divisional game, kind of scary. So that's my thoughts on that. Lock those in. Let's get this money. Tomorrow, we have some NBA to talk about. Let me see if they're cup games or not. It is. It is the Bucks and the Thunder in-season tournament final game. So we'll give that a look, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. But lock that in. Let's get this money. We'll be back for the NBA tomorrow. So see you then.